Like those guys came out on defense and really played with an edge and an attitude. I felt like, especially our first unit, didn't play quite like the edge and attitude that we have to play with. I thought our twos did a nice job. I thought those guys made progress at times. They moved the ball. They scored some touchdowns when their drives came up. The ones, we just were choppy. We never got into a good rhythm. Made too many mistakes. Got behind the chains. Got in third and long, where you're very predictable at that point, and you can't do that. You can't do that and be successful. You got to stay ahead of the chains. You got to be efficient on first and second down. You got to do a better job there. We have to do a better job running the ball than we did on Saturday. I thought we came out and did a little bit better today, so that was good to see. It's spring ball. We got a lot of things to work on. Got to get better.
You just kind of touched on it, but with your pre-snap penalties and some of the stuff that he graded is fixable.
Right.
Does that also maybe frustrate you a little more because it's the little stuff and you're like, man, if you clean that up, maybe it's not as bad of a day and just stop stepping on your own toes kind of.
Absolutely. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. We've got a bunch of guys that played snaps on Saturdays in big time SEC games. They know you can't make mistakes. Our focus wasn't what it needed to be on Saturday. So number one, that falls on me as the O-line coach. I got to make sure those guys come out every day with the right approach, right focus. And so we'll get that corrected. There are a bunch of guys that want to get that corrected. So we're gonna, like I said, today was a much better day. I thought they came out, we executed, we moved the ball, we sustained drives when we needed to in the team setting, and I thought it was a much better day today than it was Saturday.
It can happen at any level, and you hate saying, the kids, and they can have off days. Us, adults can have off days too. Yeah. But is that part of it sometimes too, and just reminding you of, hey, I know I've got to really keep them dialed in, every single time we take the field?
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency, I think in this day and age more than anything, kids sometimes struggle with prosperity. If they have success and all of a sudden they let their guard down and boom, you get hit in the mouth and you get embarrassed. That happens. So I think it's just maintaining a good level of consistency. Hopefully with a veteran group, that's easier to do. We're one of the most experienced group, especially on the offense. Got a lot of inexperience around us. So we have to make sure every day we're dialed in and we're doing our job so we make the jobs of the other guys that are a little less with experience a lot easier.
Eddie mentioned Landon. Just what's making him stand out and how has his progression been so far?
I think he played really consistent ball on Saturday. Played like we need him to play at left tackle, pass pro. He's really developing in his pass pro technique. I thought that was really good. And, he's physical in the run game. He's always been physical, but now he's really honing in on his technique and the details of the game, and not just getting by with athletic ability and pure talent. And that's where I'm really proud of where his game's developing.
He said he looks at some of the comparisons, just how people rank other tackles in the country. I know you always want to focus on yourself and just be the best you can be, but right. Do you like a guy that's kind of looking around going, somebody thinks this guy's better than me, or and have a little bit of the chip on the shoulder of how do I get to that level then if somebody's seeing something maybe that I'm not, of why this guy is better than I am?
Sure. You want all your guys to compete at a very high level. You want them to be competitive. Whatever motivates them on an individual basis, go for it. If that means getting up in the morning and looking at those types of things, then do it. If it just means giving yourself a pep talk before you go out there and scrimmage, do it. Whatever it takes. You want them to get out here and compete every day, and that sounds like that's something that helps them compete.